Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. What a freaking win for our New York Knicks, as the New York Knicks just came out victorious in Game 3 of the first round of the NBA playoffs, taking on the Cleveland Cavaliers. We now take a 2-1 lead, winning at the Garden. The atmosphere was absolutely insane. You know, Madison Square Garden, in my opinion, #1 arena when it comes to basketball. Some of the most loyal fans, you know, the celebrities that go to the games, and just obviously the history behind it. Like Muhammad Ali freaking fought at the Garden. So the New York Knicks, like I mentioned, just took a 2-1 lead. We won this game 99-79. And you guys want to know a fun fact? No team in this entire NBA season, the 2022-23 NBA regular season, has scored under 80 points this season. The New York Knicks held the Cleveland Cavaliers to under 80 points. Final score 99-79. This is kind of an old school 90s basketball game. And this is how you wanted the New York Knicks to respond. In blowout fashion, no mercy, destroy their ass. Destroy their ass. The New York Knicks set the tone in Game 1. You're not supposed to win like on the road like that. Game 1 as the 5th seed, taking on the 4th seed. That's their home court advantage. They're supposed to set the tone. We set the tone, and the Cavs came out hungry. They came out playing their best basketball, desperate basketball in Game 2, and they won. They won that game. It was just disgusting what we saw from the New York Knicks. And you know how many threes the New York Knicks hit that game? 7. You know how many the Cleveland Cavaliers made tonight? 7. Talk about a role reversal by the New York Knicks. And there was a storyline. Obviously, we're going to be getting to the Knicks. But Isaac Okoro did not make the start for the Cleveland Cavaliers. They inserted Karis LeVert into the starting lineup. And I was kind of 50-50. I'm like, if the Cavs start the game very good offensively, this could be scary for the Knicks, especially if they don't produce offensively early. But neither of these teams got off to a good start offensively, but it's way beyond that. LeVert cooked us last game, specifically Brunson one-on-one situation. I'm like, they're probably starting LeVert to add another score to the table because Isaac Okoro is a gritty defensive player, but he can't hit open threes. You know, that's been his Achilles heel since Auburn. His offensive game, what's his upside there? He's a good athlete, lacks shooting touch. So they're going to have Garland. They're going to have Mitchell. They're going to have LeVert out there on the floor. Jarrett Allen and Mobley aren't these big-time scorers. Obviously, they thrive in the dunker spot. Mobley could occasionally put up the hook, but he's not consistent yet. I'm like, they're probably going to look to attack Brunson, get him in foul trouble. Obviously, it did not work, but you never know with LeVert. You could have a game that he goes off for 30. You could have 16 the next night on not good efficiency, and it's not. And on top of that, I'm like, where's their bench scoring coming from? Who's going to produce coming off the bench? Cedi Osman, he's been struggling. He didn't do much tonight. You know, he had some gritty moments defensively. I thought they played some good hounding defense last game. That wasn't the case when it came to Cedi Osman, specifically in this game. Robin Lopez doesn't play. Danny Green didn't play a lot. You know, he's a seasoned vet. Obviously, San Antonio Spurs, and remember when he went off in that game versus the Miami Heat NBA Finals? He's older, though, just came off of an ACL injury. Philadelphia 76ers, Raptors, he's getting older, not the same, didn't play a lot. Lamar Stevens doesn't play. You also take a look at Ricky Rubio, he didn't do a lot. No one produced really coming off the bench for the Cleveland Cavaliers. That really hurt them. But what a gritty game this was, and only 17 points for both of these teams in the first quarter. The New York Knicks really started to take over this game in the second quarter, but what a gritty quarter that was for the first quarter. You know, the Garden rocking. They're just waiting for someone to go on this crazy scoring run. It didn't happen in the first quarter, if you're wondering. It did not happen. Jarrett Allen finished this game with 6 points. And I believe 4 of his 6 points came in the first quarter, most of his points. And someone who I thought had a very underrated game, talking about the defensive side of things, because I believe he's not really going to get the props he deserves. I hope he does, because we have some very educated Knicks fans on this YouTube platform. Mitchell Robinson did a good job tagging. He did a good job containing Mobley and Jarrett Allen, because there's times I'm like, Randall's not really on his assignment. Randall's playing well defensively, but is it the system? He's not really playing man-to-man sometimes, or is he backing off Mobley, just daring him to shoot, because Mobley really thrived in the dunker spot last game, but he's still developing his skills consistently from mid-range, the post. That still needs to be refined in his game, and he's like daring him, yeah, back me down, because I'm the more physical guy here. You may have talent, but I'm more seasoned here, and I'm a competitor too. But Mitchell Robinson may have not had crazy rebounding numbers, still had 8 rebounds, extremely solid, but his presence on the inside was awesome. You know, Mobley only 10 points, Jarrett Allen only 6 points, but like that's good. Obviously, their front court not scoring a lot provides less upside offensively, But Mitch, I just thought was an anchor. Had his moments that he was jumpy, but he's competitive, fighting for 50-50 balls, fighting for those loose balls, coming up with those offensive rebounds, regaining us offensive possessions. Mitch did an awesome job. We got to give credit to Mitch Robinson. When he did get the ball in the dunker spot, he looked to dunk it hard. Obviously, we want to see those free throws be made, but at this point, like, we realize Mitchell Robinson's not a good free throw shooter. Obviously, we hope he could develop it. I thought he played strong. I thought he played aggressive. Opening minutes of this game, he boxed out Jarrett Allen very strong to get to the free throw line. So I wanted to give Mitch his flowers. He was awesome. But let's get to the freaking player that we've been wanting. That we've been wanting to play well in the playoffs. RJ Barrett. Rowan Alexander Barrett. Some people may be Debbie Downers like, oh, this dude only had 20 points. And I'm really tough on RJ because I know when RJ plays well, it helps the upside. RJ was efficient. He knocked down his threes. He was decisive, made really good passes out there on the floor. Donovan Mitchell hit some tough shots, but he played some solid defense. And we see this team looks totally different when RJ can knock down his threes, make wise passes, be decisive, not think, read and react. That's what RJ Barrett did. When he knocked down that three, I was freaking pumped up. I was pumped up. He's one of the main reasons we were able to score the basketball in the first quarter. Take a look at the Cleveland Cavaliers. I mentioned Jarrett Allen got like 4 of those 17 points. Donovan Mitchell got some buckets. But credit to RJ Barrett knocking down the threes. One move I specifically loved in the second half is, I believe it was in the third quarter, he attacked downhill and he was unpredictable. He had that spin, but going to the rack. I like when he spins and attacks the basket. Doesn't spin and fade away because that part of his game is not refined yet. I'm okay with it in the regular season, but if it's not refined, you should not be doing it in the playoffs. You should not. But he attacked Jarrett Allen, finished strong at the basket. Efficient, 19 points. May have not had a crazy amount of assists. He should have had more assists. He made a very nice kick out to Grimes, missed open shot. Randall missed open shot, but we needed RJ to step up because Randall was inefficient. He had a very nice drive to the basket that he drew a foul, ferocious dunk, knocked on that three in the second half, in that third quarter, but he's not efficient from the field. They were daring him to shoot threes, and he competed hard, though. When Mobley looked about, back him down, Randall's physical with him, though. He was physical. He's making sure he wasn't getting buckets in the dunker spot, but we needed more offensive pop, and RJ brought that steadiness and efficiency to the table. Grimes knocked down missed shots when he was out there. I believe he was 1 for 3, but he did leave the game at the end of the second quarter with a shoulder injury. And Josh Hart stepped in. The starting role is freaking awesome. And Brunson didn't score a lot in that first quarter. I thought they did a good job containing him. But shout out to Brunson, shout out to Tibbs, whatever it was. Brunson made adjustments. Didn't really score much at all in that first quarter. I believe he had 2 or 4 points. Ended the game with 21 points on very good efficiency. And he looked at moved the basketball. We weren't getting 7 3-point attempts in the first half. Jalen Brunson like he did last game. That's not Brunson's game. He has the capability of shooting the 3-ball, 41% three-point shooter, but he's not a Curry, he's not a Lillard high volume. He's mid-range, show off that amazing footwork, get to your spots. But what really put the Knicks in a position to win this game, Mitchell Robinson holding it down in the interior, Randall being physical with Mobley, forcing Mobley into tough hook shots, tough fadeaways that didn't go down, Jarrett Allen not producing a lot on the offense side of the basketball, not having a crazy rebounding game. Donovan Mitchell had his solid points, 22 points, leading scorer of this game, which is crazy in 2023 when it comes to this season because so many points are being scored. He dropped freaking 71 points in a combined victory versus Chicago, but it came down to what are going to be the contributing factors? Who else is going to step up? We had RJ, Brunson that were very efficient. Josh Hart, scrappy, made good reads, competed hard defensively, knocked out open threes when they were there, took it coast to coast, quickly, steady game, solid defensively. Didn't try to do too much. Went to that floater a couple times, knocked down a 3, got to the free throw line. Steady, double-digit game, under 15. But compared to game 1 and game 2, freaking awesome. For RJ especially, what RJ does tonight is like equivalent to 50 points compared to 2 of 12 shooting in the first game when he only had 7 points and obviously really struggled last game as well offensively because we recognize what he could bring defensively, but we need more, and we got a decent amount. Hopefully it goes up. But yeah, shout out to RJ Barrett again. But it came down to what were going to be the contributing pieces for the Cavs. You have Donovan Mitchell that's scoring the ball, but who's going to step up offensively? Your bench, there's nothing there. LeVert's starting, and he looked absolutely gassed. Josh Hart looked gassed too, because Grimes, Josh Hart played pretty much that entire second half. McBride was in 13 seconds, but good, obviously there was a blowout. We didn't play our starters for the last 3 minutes, or the very important guys like a Randall, Brunson. But that's what really put the Knicks in a position to win. RJ stepped up. Brunson stepped up. Randall got some buckets, wasn't really efficient, but Josh Hart provided us offense. Hartenstein, I thought, played very hard out there on the floor, and that may not seem like a shit ton of guys that really stepped up offensively, but compared to the Cavs, like when it mattered. Like LeVert exploded in the second half, really struggled in the first half. But Darius Garland was extremely inefficient. He was 4 of 21 from the field. When they're going on a little bit of a run in the second half, he missed a point-blank layup. He took some difficult shots in. Thought we did a really good job smothering him. Went off last game, but that wasn't the case this game. That wasn't the case. And you needed some type of production coming off the bench. And Donovan Mitchell, if they wanted a chance to win this game, he would have had to explode for 50. And I know a lot of people were expecting that at the Garden. But the Knicks played a tremendous defensive game, held them under 80 points. Second half was just so much fun to watch. It was honestly just so much fun to watch. Watching Brunson, because that's when Brunson really went to work. Brunson really went to work in that third quarter. You know, we're already up double digits, but I'm like, we need a dagger. We need to just stab them in the heart and just freaking put them away. Put them away. Don't make it scary at all. And the Knicks did not make it scary. You had Brunson, tween, between the legs, mid-range, up and unders, beautiful footwork. He was awesome. I love the way he read the floor. Love the way when he kicked it to Obi Toppin in the corner, splash three. Out in transition, alley-oop quickly, Obi Toppin, dunk, and one. We abused them defensively in the second half, way better defensively because these teams were shooting like 30% from the field in the first half. But I can't believe we held them under 80 points. That is crazy. I'm not expecting Garland to shoot this bad next game. But just what a performance for the New York Knicks. Josh Hart steps in, knocks down threes when we need it. Drives strong to the basket, makes passes, makes good reads. Obi made some solid reads when he was out there. Derrick Rose came in the fourth quarter. Daquan Jeffries came in that fourth quarter. Rose wasn't even expected to play because he didn't even have his knee braces on. But what a response by the New York Knicks. What a response, because from the second quarter, fourth quarter, dominated them. Just completely dominated them. Up double digits at half. Just carried it on throughout this game. Defensive intensity, fighting for 50-50 balls, crashing the glass. I'm proud of this team. I'm really proud of this team. We're up 2-1. Next game, Sunday, 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern time at the Garden. Let's freaking get that win. Let's get that win, baby. Let's get it. Overall team contribution for the Knicks, opposite for the Cavs. Like I mentioned, Knicks, 7 threes they hit last game. We didn't hit a lot this game, only 10. But we know they're going to have to be unorthodox wins. Well, not unorthodox. In today's NBA, a lot of people think 3-and-D, mid-range, free throws. That's how we're going to have to get our points. We're going to have to compete very hard defensively. We're going to have to play godly defensively. But yeah, 7 threes. Knicks hit last game. Cavs hit 7 tonight. So just a total role reversal. Let me know down below your thoughts on this win. Peace out, y'all.